Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here today. My name is Caitlin. If this is your first time here in my channel, welcome, welcome. It is always an honor to be here. I am a tarot reader, a meditation guide, a yoga teacher, the list could go on. And I'm here today to share a short, channeled, written message that I wrote down after my meditation this morning. And then we'll pull a few tarot cards and see what messages want to come forward specifically for this collective. Before we go anywhere, I invite you to close your eyes, quiet your mind for a moment, and start to tap into your breath. I want you to ask yourself, ask your higher self, if this is a message that is intended for you. I'm setting the intention, manifesting that this message finds those who it is vibrationally in alignment with, and any messages that don't quite resonate, that don't quite feel in alignment with you today, might not be a message for you. So with that, I'm going to read off a little channeled message for you, and then we'll get into what messages my guides want to bring forward. So my higher self has this to share with you. Be within your heart, dear ones. Look within your inner space, your sacred vehicle. It contains the codes to your remembrance. Your divine willpower is expanding. You are rising above. This will be a test of your patience. Can you stay aligned to your heart? Look within, dear ones. The tides are changing course, directed by the wind, your thoughts, your energy. You are the pilot, led by your own inner compass. This storm shall pass. So with that, I'm going to close my eyes for just a moment, drop into my breath, and we'll see what messages want to come forward today. So I'm asking my own higher self, what messages do you have to share with this collective? Only messages of love and light that serve the highest purpose of those who are in this collective today. Okay, interesting. So they're showing me really turbulent water, a really stormy day. I can feel like it's the middle of the day, yet it's really dark. A lot of clouds that are hanging really, really low. It feels very misty, foggy, hard to see through. Yeah, the water just looks really, really dark and murky. Hard to see through it. Interesting. Yeah, that's all they're showing me. But I do find that this lends itself really well to that message I read out earlier of just riding out the waves of the storm. Now, if you're like me, you've likely been going through a lot of overwhelming emotions that have been bubbling up to the surface as of late. This could come through as like experiencing really high highs, like maybe you've been in this just overwhelming amount of joy and play and feeling like you're like riding out a high and waiting for it to come down. Or if you're a little bit more like me, you've maybe been feeling really triggered lately, and deep shadows that maybe you thought you healed already are coming back, rising to the surface to be looked at once again. It feels like an explosive time, and I'm getting chills as I say that. It feels like the energy feels like it's gaining momentum and it's building to some kind of peak. Whatever it is, it feels like it's a lot. even in my body, it feels like just waves of, you've maybe been feeling waves of heat lately. I know for me, I've been feeling like a burning sensation in my feet, just the heat building on the planet. It feels, yeah. But this element of fire has a really transformative quality to it. It can burn away any density, transforming everything in its path. So as you tune into your physical body, I just want you to notice what physical sensations are arising. Maybe it's a feeling of heat, maybe it's a wave of cold, cool air, maybe a pulsing, an aching in certain joints. I know for me, with these ascension symptoms, I've been feeling a lot of just achiness in my bones, specifically in my low back, my sacrum. Spirit, what messages from the tarot want to come forward? I have the 7 of Wind card wanting to come out with the 3 of Wind. Interesting. The 7 of Wind card, many tongues, followed by the 3 of Wind card, recognition. Let's get a couple more cards. The Wind of Change. Yeah, so this reminds me of that message that I read out loud earlier of just the tides are changing course, something along the lines of the tides are changing course, and it's your thoughts, the wind, that are moving us in a different direction. So you've likely done a lot of introspective work recently where you've had to sit down, and there's a sense of like noticing your thoughts, observing your thoughts like you're separate from them, and just starting to notice those negative thought patterns, those limiting beliefs that have been coming up for you. And this might be related to those triggers. If you've been feeling triggered more recently, this might be resulting in you having to look at some parts of yourself that maybe you haven't wanted to acknowledge before. And this is part of that process, that ascension journey that you're on, the way of the cross, the 10 of Wind coming out. Yeah, really interesting. The way of the cross, yeah. Tapping into Christ consciousness. You likely might consider yourself an earth angel, or maybe you don't like that term. I know some people don't, but it feels like this was your path, this was your journey, this was destined. This moment in your journey, it had to get to this point. It had to come to fruition so that you can get to where you're ultimately headed to. Does that make sense? So like what you're going through right now, even if it feels like it's still, you're kind of in the dark, or you're not quite understanding what's going on, what's happening to you, why you're shifting in the ways that you're shifting, or why you suddenly just feel different. It's an energy, you're feeling into it. It was intended to get to this point. Mother Fire coming out with the rainbow mirror. Yeah. It was always your path to harness this kind of fiery energy of this time to clear out a lot of density within the physical body, but also to clear out a lot of karma. I'm hearing ancestral karma. Yeah. This is huge. Like, this is quite literally, you're a different person than you were just a few months ago. And as you walk into, we're just on the cusp of a solstice coming up, a massive portal, and depending on where you are in the world, what hemisphere you live in, for me it's the summer solstice, which is really tied to that fiery sun energy, that yang force. So you're finding ease in all of the effort, I'm hearing. That's the purpose of this. to let it go, to sigh it out, to release, to unchain yourself from things that have been generationally weighing on your entire family. It's in your DNA, 9 of Earth. Yeah, you're building up to this massive, explosive time in your life. 9 of Water and 9 of Earth both coming out. You are riding the waves of ascension, my dear, and it's not easy. I'm going through it myself. I'm right there with you. I am human. I am working through my own triggers, and you likely have been feeling very similar. The 1 of Water card coming out with the, what's this? The 5 of Water. Yeah, so a lot of emotional clearing, healing, all of that bubbling up to the surface, all that density that you're working to let go of is leading way to you feeling a lot more connected to your intuition, sensitive to feelings, emotions, and a lot more trusting of them. Like you're not in fear of your own emotions any longer because you're not running away from them any longer. You're harnessing them. So what needs to burn away, what needs to spill and topple over, needs to do just that, right? So instead of fighting this period, I just got this visual in my mind's eye of someone like in those rocky, turbulent waves that I saw earlier as I was tapping into this collective. And someone like fighting to keep their head above water. But the thing is like the more you're fighting it, the more the waves kind of take you under and you feel like you're drowning and you start to panic and there's a sense of fear like, oh my God, I can't reach the surface. I can't take a breath. So instead of fighting it, there's this feeling of surrendering and just letting it wash over you, and eventually you kind of start to float to the top. Like you're floating to the surface, lying on your back, and all of a sudden you catch your breath, and your head's above water, and you're safe, and you're secure, and you're floating. And it feels really, really light and peaceful. This is what this is going to feel like likely for you. So the message here is rather than fighting it, rather than working against these energies, can you harness them? Because this solstice period, whether it's the summer solstice or the winter solstice for you, it's a massive, massive portal, the Chariot card coming out, right as I said that. So a lot of change. It's like a vortex of energy, and it can kind of spiral you upward and out of whatever scenario you're hoping to no longer experience. So as your reality is shifting and you're saying goodbye to this old chapter of your life, this like spinning sensation, although it feels like overwhelming or maybe dizzying and you can't quite get a grasp over what it is that you're feeling because it might feel kind of turbulent and it might be changing a lot. Know that you're moving outward and upward. I just keep seeing this like spiral up. Wow. 10 of Water, the Fountain of Love. Yeah. This powerful overflowing energy, this explosive energy. And look at all of these. Wow, I have the 9 of Earth, 9 of Water, and the 10 of Water. But look at all these beautiful rainbow colors. Yeah, a beautiful representation of this ascension process. You're going to literally see things differently in this new reality. Like your outlook is not only going to change, but your vision is going to change, I'm hearing. Like seeing colors, experiencing life in a different way. So this is going to be a time of patience and trust. Whatever it is that you're going through, trust that your higher self is leading you it's almost, I just heard leading a horse to water. Your higher self has got you. Your spirit team has got your back. Your angels are supporting you. You're so divinely protected. It's not even funny. And you just have to trust that what you're going through right now is in your highest good. Even if it feels like things are crumbling left and right. Your reality is shifting. Sister Water, you're working on harnessing, working with your emotions to feel your way through things. Not logically thinking your way through it, but feeling your way through it. Because you're a sentient being and you came here to feel. So if you've been triggered or being asked to look at parts of yourself that you've been looking away from, hiding away, storing away, this is your time to address what's coming up head on with love, with acceptance, with gratitude for what it taught you and showed you and from what you learned from it. And this is your time to rise above it because you deserve to float. You deserve to have a light and carefree existence where you're only experiencing the highest and best, what's in alignment with your most highest timeline. So with that, I send you so much love and gratitude for being here with me today. It feels like we're ending on a little bit of a somber note, but this is a reminder to let you know that you're not alone. I too am going through this with you. I also have my own triggers that I'm working through. We are human, and we're here to evolve and to expand and to elevate and to uplift. So that is what I'm here to do for you. Comment below how this message resonates for you, and I will see you on the next one.